Good day, everybody. I've got some great news. Some great news if you are interested in terms of what lamps I now offer, any other benefits or upskilling or improvements to the service that I offer. Then please stay tuned, because that's what I'm talking about today. I got in my latest batch of lamps, and every time I put in new orders, every day I try and upskill myself in it to improve the service that I can offer, whether that be the knowledge that I have or whether that be the products that I offer. And so every time I am trying to improve in some way, shape or form, because I find that that is particularly important, especially when we're talking about something like photobiomodulation, which isn't particularly well known about for number one. And the research, although there's lots and lots of research out there, the research is scattered all over the place. And so being able to tie down what works and what potentially doesn't work is very important. And so when you buy from other companies and you get this generic 5 to 20 minutes, 1 to 14 times a week, how is that helpful? To most people that buy a photobiomodulation lamp or panel for a specific reason, how is 5 to 20 minutes, 1 to 14 times a week helpful? It's not. And that is why every person that buys a lamp from me gets an individualized protocol plan, if they want it. So if you are someone that is thinking about buying a lamp because you want to reduce your pain, because you want to reduce inflammation, because you want to feel more energized, because you want better skin, because you want to improve your performance, because you want to reduce acne, or you want to reduce wrinkles, etc., because you want to improve your scarring or your healing, then getting the right lamp for you and whatever you are wanting it for, getting the right protocol for you is vitally important, because otherwise what you're doing is just wasting time. You're still going to get some benefits, absolutely, but what you've got to understand, and it is crucial that you understand that, is that you've got to understand that the benefits of photobiomodulation kind of go like this. They go up and up and up and up to a point, and then they go down and down and down and down and down, back down to zero. So you've bought this panel or this lamp from someone else, and it's got 5 to 20 minutes, 1 to 14 times a week, and so you've been using it 20 minutes once or twice a day, and you're not really getting any benefits that you think you should. And I'm saying to you, have you thought that maybe you're overdoing it? Because remember, more is not better when it comes to photobiomodulation. More is definitely not necessarily better. And that is why it is so important, and I pride myself on the fact that I give people who buy their lamps and their panels from me a protocol that is based on the latest research. So whereas some other one might say 5 to 20 minutes, 1 to 14 times a day, I might say, okay, 4 minutes from X amount, from 15 centimeters away every other day for 3 to 4 weeks, and then every 3 days, twice a week. Or if you are having a severe outbreak, every day for 90 seconds at X amount of time away, and then move back once you get to that. And that's the great thing, is no longer are you guessing and overdoing it and not getting the right benefits. All of a sudden you are getting specific, detailed instructions as to, right, okay, you can try this because this is what the research says. Now on some of them it might just be that the research is so scattered back and forth, is that we say, okay, the research says that you can use it for between 5 and 9 minutes, or 5 and 10 minutes, but what I would start with is 3 times a week in that first week. 3 times in that first week, and if you feel good about it, add in an extra day. And so we start with that. What we come away from is doing 5 to 20 minutes 14 times in that first week. because it's going to be a bit of a thing. And what we need to try and understand is that because everybody's different, I can give you what the research says, and within that kind of range that I give you, it's going to be up to you to find how best you respond. And I've said that, I've said that to people before, and I've got that feedback is, you said 4 minutes, but I'm working, it works better at 6. And sometimes I've started off and said, right, okay, 6 is where you want to be. 6 minutes should be enough. But then a research paper's come out, and I've actually changed that, and I've emailed that person and said, have you tried actually less? Have you tried 4 minutes? And that subsequently, someone had that with psoriasis on their hand, and I said 6 to 8 minutes from a specific distance. And then a new paper had come out, and so I worked out the amount of energy going into that wound and changed it down to 4 minutes. And she said it made a big difference. And so that's the thing is, like, I actually care about what I am offering to people. It's not a case of, right, sold, gone, let's move on. And when I say it in the emails to people, is that, I want you to reach out and ask me questions because I want you to get the most out of it. I want you, because I truly believe in what it does. There's a reason I use it every day. There's a reason I use it on my ankle every day, and it allows me to run around with my daughter. It allows me to play on the trampoline with my daughter. Otherwise, I'd be in pain. Otherwise, it would take me 20, 25 minutes to get just to walking. All of a sudden now, I can get up and, I'm not saying it's completely gone. I'm not saying the arthritis is just a non-issue. But it allows me to function almost as if it isn't. And so I truly believe in what I sell, and therefore, I want you to believe in what I sell. I want you to believe that it will work, and I want you to potentially get the most out of it. I don't want you thinking that the panels don't work because you've used it too little or too much. And that's what's going to happen with some people. So the best way to do it is get that individualized program. And so, so every day I'm upskilling and learning more and becoming more, proactive. And I'm also improving the products. And the latest batch of products that I got in are absolutely top notch. So I've got two new wavelengths that have just come in for specific purposes at the moment. Now the purposes can change because that's the great thing about light, is whether you're looking at the light for performance issues, whether you're looking at the light for recovery, whether you're looking at the light for pain and inflammation, aesthetic reasons, skin outbreaks of various dermatitis issues, wrinkles, scarring, healing. It's so versatile because what you are doing, how it works, is potentially is so versatile because you are working on mitochondrial efficiency, which have their fingers in so many different pies in terms of how your body works, how your body responds. And so going back to it, what I've done now is I've got in some more micro handhelds that are specific wavelengths for specific things. So I've got in 2 new OptiBio wavelengths, and they are 450 and 630. Which primarily I ordered them for skin issues, but I'm going to think that actually there is an element to a deeper understanding to it. I've just got to work out how to put that in. But for the time being, that is primarily for psoriasis, primarily for acne, other dermatitis related issues. You might look at blue and red. And then I've got in 670, 810 and 830. Now 830 is the kind of Mac Daddy of infrared wavelengths in terms of muscular performance, recovery, etc., etc. 670, an absolute beauty of a red wavelength of light in terms of absorption. And then we've got 810 in there as well, because 810 is a little bit strange in as far as its properties allow it to penetrate bone slightly more easily than other wavelengths in the 800s, etc. And so if you've got joint problems, now it's still a micro at the moment. I haven't got these in the big panels. But if you've got toe joint problems, if you've got ankle problems, wrist problems, even probably elbow and hand problems, ones that need anti-inflammatory, ones that need that extra impetus, then the 670, 810 and 830 is an absolute winner for you. Absolute winner. And that's what I mean. I'm talking about every time I'm trying to improve the service, and that means the information that I can give alongside it and the product itself. And with these two products that I've just brought in, the blue and the red together, and I say mainly for skin issues at the moment, but of course what I've said with the blue in the past is the blue can be potentially damaging to your eyes and also to your sleep patterns. So they always come with protective eyewear, which I encourage everybody to wear with regards to the blue light. With regards to the red and the infrared, again, that's not, they will come with them if you want them, but it's not essential, as we've seen with the red light causing potential actual improvements in eyesight. But these two wavelengths, as I say, they are online now. The 810 is a little bit more expensive because it's much harder to source and more expensive to put into manufacture, but it's worth it. It's worth it if you have those joint problems. It's worth it if you are looking for cognitive improvements, etc., or cognitive recovery. Then 810 is a very, very important wavelength for you. So this was much longer than I thought it was, but as you hopefully would have seen already, I am really passionate about what this is and how important and how potentially life-changing this can be. And I say life-changing and people go, oh, such hyperbole, but it's not. And I am testament to that. And I've got other people, just read the reviews. Other people will say that it's effectively life-changing. It allows them to do things that ordinarily they wouldn't be able to do. Instead of taking drugs that have side effects, all of a sudden they just put light on and they are able to move freely. They are able to be pain-free. They are able to get back to work after having time off work because they've been on sick leave because they've got X wrong with them. And so when I say it's life-changing, it potentially can be. But you have to open yourself up to the idea that there is an alternative to drugs. And seek someone that is willing to put in the work. And that is me. I'm willing to put in the work to work with you in order to get what you want from it. Because I firmly believe that it's not some kind of elixir pill or elixir potion that will just fix everything. Because if you still have terrible circadian rhythm, if you still eat awfully, if you still do the same things that have caused you pain and then it might not do exactly what you want, but it has the opportunity to help you. It has the opportunity to help you. And don't forget, it has 0 side effects. It's not a drug that has X, Y, and Z side effects. It doesn't have a side effect, apart from the positive benefits of it. Have a great evening and enjoy the weekend.